Hayden teaming up with a new sidekick, played by the irrepressible Andy Clyde. It's one of the best light films in the entire Hoppy series. So, without further ado, time once again to enjoy the exploits of William Boyd as Hopalong Cassidy in Three Men from Texas.
Richard was the third marshal to be buried in Boot Hill in the last 7 months. No local man wants the job, and I can't say that I blame him. But this can't go on. Gentlemen, we've either got to bring law and order to this community or sacrifice everything we've worked for and get out. Something's got to be done about it.
Well, Ed, you and your bank have the most to lose. Anything you suggest will be all right with the rest of us.
Well, back where I came from, they have an organization that's made a name for itself. The Texas Rangers. Those men know how to deal with the lawless.
That's true, but what good can they do us? This ain't Texas, it's California.
That's right, Sam. But I think they might be talked into making a loan to California.
You're not figuring on borrowing a bunch of Rangers, are you?
No, not a bunch. Just one, an extra good one. I'm getting a letter off on the next stage to an old friend of mine in Texas.
If law and order can once be established, our honest, hard-working citizens will make California the garden spot of the nation. If one of your young cubs wants to make a reputation for himself, tell him that the man who cleans up the Santa Carmen Valley will rank with such famous marshals as Bat Masterson, Wyatt Earp, and Pat Garrett. I want to help him out by sending him the best man for the job I know. That's why I called you in, Cassidy.
Well, that's quite a compliment coming from you, Captain Andrews. It looks to me like it'd take more than one man to take care of that job.
You could take Jenkins. You two always work together anyway.
Let's take it, Hoppy. I've always wanted to see California.
He means he's been wanting to see some of them senoritas he's been hearing so much about. No, California's a long ways off, Captain. Maybe one of the other men would like to go.
I know it's an unusual request. I have no authority to send a man out of the state unless it's on state business. It's entirely up to you.
Oh, come on, Hoppy. Neither one of us has ever been to the coast. Well, you can't tell. We might want to settle down out there among those...
Yeah, among the senoritas. No, I hate to disappoint you, Captain, but my time's about up here with the Rangers, and I thought I'd head back for the Bar 20.
It's all right, Hoppy. I'll try and find somebody else.
Sorry.
What about me?
You mean you want to go to California all by yourself?
Why, sure. What's the matter with that?
It's a tough assignment, Jenkins.
I've come through a lot of tough things with Hoppy. We've had a couple of pretty bad assignments down here on the border. Why didn't I bring in Pete and Jed Watson alone?
Yeah, that's true, but...
Come on, let's talk it over. You don't have to decide right away.
It's a good idea. Maybe you'll change your mind, Cassidy.
If I do, I'll let you know. So you're figuring on walking out on your partner, huh?
Well, it ain't that. Why can't we both go?
For the same reason I gave Andrew. We've been troubleshooting long enough. I thought after we got through here next month, we'd head back to the Bar 20 and kind of get acquainted all over again with the only home we've ever known.
Oh, things seem mighty slow back there after the life we've been leading.
So you crave more excitement, huh? Or maybe that letter about the man that cleans up Santa Carmen building a reputation for himself. Maybe that sort of riled up your ambition. Is that it?
Maybe.
Then you're loco.
Well, Andrews don't think I'm heavy enough for the job. Well, if I'm not, it's my grief, ain't it?
I guess so, if that's the way you feel about it.
Oh, it ain't that. Don't you see, Hoppy, it'd be swell if we could go out there together. But you won't, and... Well, I can't keep tied to your apron strings all my life. Gee, you taught me a lot, and I'm grateful. A man's got to get out on his own sometime. Any man does. This is my big chance. We can still be pals, can't we?
You never had any idea it'd be any other way, did you?
No, I guess not. And all that stuff about being as famous as Bat Masterson or Wyatt Earp, that had nothing to do with it. Only one man I'd like to be like, and... Well, I guess you knew who that is, Hoppy.
When are you figuring on leaving?
You mean just as soon as I'd get my release from Andrews and throw a leg over that saddle?
All right. I'll ride a ways with you. No last chance of talking you into changing your mind, is it?
Nope. No chance of talking you into changing yours, is it?
No, not a chance.
Maybe you can drop me a line when you get back to the Bar 20.
Maybe just a line. You know how I hate to write.
Yeah. I'll write you a letter as soon as I get settled at Santa Carmen and tell you all about it.
Yeah. And tell me all about them senoritas. Well, I guess this is about as far as I better go.
Maybe we'll be seeing each other sooner than we planned to. Huh, Hoppy?
Yeah, maybe. Well, so long, kid. And remember, the fastest gunman in the world can be outsmarted if you can't outdraw him.
I'll try to remember that, Hoppy. So long.
So long.
Where'd you get all them horses? Someday you're gonna ask one too many questions, California.
Now, ain't that gratitude for you?
Here I've been cooking and washing and keeping things spick and span for you for 3 months, come next Tuesday, and you don't trust me. Why, out in California...
Yeah, but this ain't California. And if you burn the grub again tonight, me and the boys are going to stake you out on an anthill, savvy?
You're going to be back for supper, huh?
Yeah, all except Martin and Sully. They're driving the herd across the border tonight. Me and the boys are going to ride along with them for a ways. We'll be back soon. Oh, and another thing. A gent is due to ride in here most any time now. Fix him up with a bottle and some grub and keep him undercover. He's on the dodge.
What name will he most likely answer to?
Well, he may answer to the name of Ben Stokes.
You don't mean the Ben Stokes that...
Yep, that's him.
Ben Stokes. Holy jumping catfish.
Great. But I'll blow your head off. I've never shot a man in the back. Turn around. Hopalong Cassidy.
Howdy, Button. What happened?
I don't know. Last I heard, I was just shot. And I came to long enough to see Jim and Charlie laying over there, and horse herd was gone. Then I passed out again. When I opened my eyes, you was here. I reckon doesn't matter when a feller cashes any chip in this game, does it, Huppy?
You're not cashing none of the chips yet.
You know, Hoppy, I'd like to hang on long enough to get those coats.
Don't worry, kid. You're gonna be all... We'll get 'em all right.
So, you think you're a tough hombre, Ben Stokes? Well, you're facing a gent that's just twice as tough. Just twice as fast with a gun. I guess you found that out when old California Carlson got the drop on you without turning a hair. I'm a holstering my gun just once more to give you a break. All right, Ben Stokes, you can draw. I'm a-waiting. Well? I said I'm a-waiting, Ben Stokes. Draw unless you get a few last words to say.
Well, looks like you got him plumb scared, partner.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I guess you're Ben Stokes.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, that's right. Gardner told me you'll be riding in most any time now.
That's so. Where's everybody?
Gone. I'm the only one here. I reckon you think I'm plumb loco, huh?
Certainly not. Well, there's nothing loco about a man trying to get a bird to put his hands up.
Say, you ain't such a bad cuss considering your reputation, Stokes. But then a fellow can't always tell. Why, look at me. Now, I'm a mild-appearing cuss, but mister out in California, I got a reputation that would curl your hair.
Oh, I can believe that.
You can?
Sure. He looks like a right dangerous man to me.
Gosh, you really think so?
Surely. As soon as I saw you, I said to myself, there's a man I could go places with.
You sure are a judge of men, Stokes. My name's Carlson. California Carlson.
Glad to know you. You're from the coast, huh?
Yep, that's where I get my reputation. Of course, I ain't quite as famous as you are. Well, so long, Hoppy.
So long, California.
I sure wish you and Lucky could stick around. But any time you need a job, I might make room for a couple of deputies.
Couple of deputies, huh?
Uh-huh.
That'd be all right. Well, we'll be at the bar 20 waiting to hear from you. So long.
So long, Hoppy.
So long, old-timer.
So long, Lucky.
So long, California.
Doggone it if I didn't hate to say so long to that.
Hey! Hey! Marshal! Hey, Marshal! That Nelson's roaring. He's shooting up the town. You better stop him.
Shooting up the town?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh. Here, I'm making you my deputy. Do your duty and stop him. I'm too scary for the job.
Hey, Hoppy!
Where's
Watching the Hoppy films and the many B-westerns of Hollywood's early days is always a trip back in time for me. I never missed a chance to see the heroes of the Old West saddle up and fight injustice. Very early on, horse operas were an essential part of my movie-going life. I always cheered the heroes of countless B-westerns as a kid, and I guess I always will. And after seeing so many Lone Pine movies, I truly do have the feeling of coming full circle now that I've seen the place where it all happened. Before we go, I'd like to take a last look at that magnificent rocky terrain and hear a few more stories about it, courtesy of Lone Pine Festival Director Dave Holland.
Did you know Saboteur is one of the films that I'm adding to my verified list of pictures, part of which was shot
Where? Not here.
On location in Lone Pine.
Good grief, where?
That's right.
What sequence?
The sequence near the beginning of the picture, Cummings is manacled. They have left the old man's house, he and Priscilla Lane. I think they've already been to Otto Kruger's ranch, I think.
That's right. That's
anyway,
they've left
the old man's house, and they commandeer this car on this lonely stretch of road through this gorgeous desert. The gorgeous desert, of course, is here in Lone Pine. Yeah. And Soda City was right over here in Keeler. Those old shacks that were set up.
Peephole out and
yes.
The spyglass and so on.
So a second unit of a Hitchcock picture was done here in Lone Pine.
I can't mention the title.
Well, I hope not. That's what this is all about.
Not Gone with the Wind.
No, but Rand Brooks.
You've done it. Now you've done it.
But Rand Brooks, of course, who died of measles in the Civil War as Scarlett's first husband. Rand worked up here a lot as Lucky in the Hopalong Cassidy pictures.
The last 12 Hopalong
Cassidy pictures. We've come full circle.
Nobody can top you. Nobody can top you.
Well, it's not me. Goodness knows it's Lone Pine. It's these.
But you're such a historian. You're such a historian.
It's this hallowed ground. You know, the actors have gone away, but the stage remains.
People can find out, I guess, about it by writing Dave Holland, Terror of Lone Pine.
Bless your heart. Box 111. Dare we do this?
You sure may do.
How kind of you. Box 111, Lone Pine, California. 3 box tops. The zip is 93545. Bless your heart. I appreciate you.
Oh, heaven's sake.
Because we have a lot of people come down here from Canada.
Oh,
I mean, we truly do.
I've heard it.
Because thanks to you, you flipped them into being enthusiastic movie people.
Well, look what you're doing here, though. Really, I mean, this is one of the most haunting experiences of my life.
Oh, aren't you kind? Aren't you kind? Thank you.
Via Rail is proud to sponsor Saturday Night at the Movies. Via Rail.